I'm Eliza, and this is Moving Pictures. It's been 10 years of Marvel Studios. 10 freaking years. And here we are with our first female-headed Marvel superhero movie, Captain Marvel. While those of us who grew up reading the comics know who Carol Danvers is, she's not exactly well known outside of that realm. So, welcome back to another crash course, this time on Captain Marvel herself. Fair warning, possible spoilers ahead. Now, let's introduce you to one hell of a human being. The original Captain Marvel, aka Mar-vell, was an alien male of the Kree race. In the comic world, mar-vell was sent to Earth to study or spy on us more or less, and decide if the human race were a threat to the Kree or not. So, how did a normal human being end up with this name? Well, that's why we're here, isn't it? Carol Danvers is a military kid, her father a U.S. naval officer. Her mother, Marie, was also in the military, just not any earthbound military. Marie, or Captain mar-vell, was considered the champion of the Kree Empire, which means Carol is half human, half Kree. Like many military kids, she followed in the footsteps of her parents, joining the United States Air Force just a few months after her 18th birthday, determined to become a pilot. She rose in the ranks from the standard Air Force to the Air Force Special Operations, where she flew missions with several Marvel Comics juggernauts such as Logan, Ben Grimm, Victor Creed, and Colonel Nick Fury. Just not specifically Juggernaut himself. She eventually joined NASA after they requested her specifically for head of security, making her the youngest to ever hold the position. While working with NASA, she started to work and discover the Kree Empire and their meddlings with the human race, or more specifically, their spy, mar-vell. The two became friends, a friendship that would change her life forever. A few months after meeting mar-vell, Carol was kidnapped and then hospitalized while an alien robotic intelligence named Cybrex controlled Iron Man, using him to hospitalize Carol and attack the Cape, or Cape Canaveral. It was at this time, while trying to fight her way out and struggling with a concussion, Carol was abducted again, this time by alien Yong-Rog. Her friend mar-vell battled for her freedom. During the fight, she was forced into a Kree psyche magnetron that had been damaged earlier on. This device could apparently turn anything you can imagine into a reality, something we definitely do not need in the real world. I don't want to see a real giant Stay Puft Marshmallow Man, but I digress. This device changed Carol's entire genetic structure, making her superhuman. Interestingly though, she apparently went on unaware of this for months. Before becoming Captain Marvel, for decades Carol was known as Miss Marvel in the comics. After the changes she experienced inside the Psyche Magnetron, Carol's superpowers started to interfere with her daily work. This caused her to be demoted down to just a security guard for Cape Canaveral. Shortly after this, Carol resigned from NASA as she watched her career crash and burn. She began to lead a dual life that she was unaware of, as sometimes she would black out and another personality would come forth, that of a Kree warrior. With the help of Hecate, an extra-dimensional being and titan, and Ronan the Accuser of the Kree, yes, that Ronan the Accuser, Carol was able to regain control over her body and her abilities. Finally in control of herself again, she joined the Avengers. A few times over the years, Carol found herself having to adjust to her powers that were still adjusting to her in return, more or less. After an evolutionary ray was used on her by an alien race known as the Brood, more of her abilities were brought to the forefront. With these new cosmic abilities, she became known as Binary. Carol stayed in space for a while, returning to Earth after she used her cosmic energies in order to save the sun. Powers depleted, she recovered with the Avengers and rejoined their ranks, now going by the name Warbird. She stayed with the Avengers until leaving to work for the U.S. Department of Homeland Security, having been offered a high-ranking position. Over the years, she would join in on such comic events as the House of M reality, which was when Earth 616 and Earth 58136 were merged. If you're unaware, there are several Earths in the Marvel Universe. The main one is 616. This was where she finally took on the role of Captain Marvel after Mar-vell, unfortunately, and again, spoiler warning. I'll give you a few seconds to skip ahead if you like. We can even count to 3. 1, 2, 3. He dies. When Earth 616 went back to normal, Carol decided to be the best hero that she could be. And then, when she got another taste of life as Captain Marvel in the next reality-changing event, Secret Wars, she decided to ditch the leotard and belt combo and go for something a bit more colorful as Captain Marvel. From there, comics went kind of crazy if they hadn't kind of already been, so we'll consider that up to speed. Now you know how Carol went from security specialist to Captain Marvel and almost everything in between. Captain Marvel is already pre-selling tickets and will hit theaters on 8th of March 2019, just around the corner. Have any favorite Captain Marvel moments? Let us know in the comments below. Thanks for watching Moving Pictures. Leave a like if you did, hit that bell for notifications for when we upload, and don't forget to subscribe for more amazing content.